Hey guys, this is Heather. Today I wanted to talk to you about kale. Alright, this stuff is incredibly nutritious. It's full of vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamin C, tons of minerals and vitamins, tons of antioxidants. It's a cruciferous vegetable in the same family as broccoli and cauliflower. It has tons of anti-cancer compounds, lots of fiber, lots of good stuff going on here. So, people love kale. Well, health people love kale. There are t-shirts dedicated to this stuff these days. Kale is one of those superfoods that everybody talks about. But do regular people love kale? I don't know. There are lots of different types of kale. This is probably the most common one you'd see in a store. It's curly kale. And if you break off a piece of this and just try to eat it, I mean, it's rough. And it really, on its own, I don't know, I don't like it on its own. I have to do stuff to this kale to make it edible without gagging. So that's what I want to show you today. My secret tips on making raw kale edible without gagging. Because, I mean, seriously, I've got an aftertaste going on. It's not good. Now, there are some fun things that you can do with kale, like put it in a smoothie if you have a nice blender. You can throw it in a soup. You could bake it into kale chips. But what I want to talk about today specifically are 3 tips to help you enjoy raw kale, to make it edible in a salad. All right, so number 1 is one of my favorite techniques, massaging. And I am going to let my past self explain to you the magic of massaging kale. And massaging is exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna massage it with your hands. I like to use a little sprinkle of salt to help that happen more quickly. It helps break down the cell walls of the kale. You'll see the moisture come out as soon as I do it, but you don't absolutely need salt if you don't want to use it. A lot of people mention that to me, so it is optional. There's salt on your hands, so it kind of works, but like I said, this just works better and faster. So I don't know if you guys can see this on video, but the kale has gotten to look really moist and the color green changes, so it's a deeper color green. I love doing this. It just makes me so excited to see the kale changing color and texture, and the smell comes up and hits your nose. It's really nice. After you massage your kale, so you get it softened up, you get it relaxed, next you want to dress it up. I love pairing kale, which is a little bit bitter, it's a little bit rough, with a creamy and slightly salty dressing. Helps offset the little bit of bitterness and the little bit of roughness in these leaves. So 2 of my favorites would be an avocado dressing or a tahini or cashew butter based dressing. So I'm going to share some recipes with you for those. Once you get your kale massaged and dressed, it's time to think about what you're going to pair it with. So when I'm thinking about kale, it definitely has its own texture. It's a little bit rough and it's a little bit bitter. So I like to think about things that are soft. Avocado, roasted squash or sweet potato, or maybe something a little bit sweet like red pepper or orange slices. If you pair your kale nicely, it actually has that opposites attract kind of quality. So there you go. If you struggle to make raw kale edible without gagging, try massaging it, dressing it nicely, and pairing it up with something that brings out its best qualities. So I hope you enjoy some kale at some point soon. Give one or all of those techniques a try. I usually use all of them in a kale salad. And sometimes I mix part kale, part lettuce so that, you know, I get the best of both worlds. So I hope that was helpful. Leave me a thumbs up if you like my tips on kale. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for new videos every week with nutrition tips and vegan recipes. And leave me a comment down below if you have any questions about kale or if you have any tips to share of your own. Thanks guys, have a good one.